Has it ever occurred to you to think that the past was better than the present? In progressing, we have perhaps lost something valuable. The answers to these questions can probably be found here, on board MENORQUIN 54 FB by SASGA Yachts. One look is enough to understand that this boat recalls the tradition and the nautical style of the past, the marine arts. It is so different from the other boats that you immediately notice it. It seems to say, look at me, I am history, I am a real boat, designed by the sea by sailors, by shipwrights, not by a designer who has never sailed. I was built and furnished by people who have always made boats, not villas or showrooms.
Non usatela come casa al mare, anche se si presta.
Do not use it as a sea house, even if it would be perfect for that purpose. Let it sail. Its oil tanker can be filled with 2,800 litres. That's huge compared to its power and the engine's consumption. It has a water tank of 90 litres that allows you to stay at anchor without going back to port for a few days. How many days? Well, it depends on how many people are on board and if you know how to save fresh water.
E se sapete risparmiare l'acqua dolce. Qui sotto un pozzo catena così grande che può essere addirittura trasformato.
Down here, there is a large chain shaft that can also be converted into a crew berth. It has a 1,700-watt windlass, a 12mm chain, and this solid bow bollard that in fishing boats was connected to the keel axis and was used to moor. What I'm trying to say is that it's a boat that reflects you, that makes the person looking at it say, the owner must be a real sea dog. The bow and the side bows have been designed to face even the formed waves. The vertical stem is optimal when the speeds are not high. The deck rises gently towards the bow to better overcome waves and to better drain any waves that might enter the deck. The gunwale and the quad rail allow you to move safely, even in rough waters.
La barca viene proposta anche con il Flybridge.
The boat is available even with the Flybridge. Let's see what the advantages might be. An increased outdoor space, an outdoor helm station, the view of the landscape from a raised position, a more private sun deck. Do you want to know the disadvantages? The elevation of the centre of gravity and the increase in weight are minimised, however, because the size of this deck is small and it is shifted aft. This teak mast is wonderful. On the forward sun deck, you can add a sofa. The fenders are placed in the side bows. On the swimming platform, it's possible to add the supports for a tender. You can also choose the table in the cockpit. This one can host up to 8 people, and in one of the quarters you can add a lovely breakfast nook. French door and the deckhouse ceiling are in teak, and they're quite rare yet beautiful. The shipyard offers the possibility of customizing the interiors according to the owner's requests. For example, the living area is available in 2 different layouts. On the starboard side, a C-shaped sofa with an extendable central table. And on the port side, a long sofa or the kitchen. Yet other configurations are possible.
E anche altre variazioni sul tema. Sotto coperta propongono 3 diversi layout.
Below deck, 3 different layouts are available. Personally, I love the one with the owner's cabin amidships from side to side. Now here are 2 guest cabins. But I have to admit that this layout with the master cabin at the bow is not bad at all, because the dimensions are not affected by hull tightening. On the sides there are 2 double-door closets. There is really plenty of space and the bathroom is very comfortable.
È davvero tanto e il bagno molto comodo.
The VIP cabin on this boat has a walk-around bed and a lot of space for a wardrobe. The guest cabin, with 2 twin beds, has a considerable height.
È costruita in modo solido.
It has been built in a solid way. There is no vibration. Nothing gives the feeling of poor robustness. Also, many details recall naval furniture, such as the manholes in the doors, the horizontal slats and the steel portholes.
Sportelli, io blo d'acciaio. C'è la possibilità di dedicare un bagno anche...
There is the possibility of having a bathroom dedicated to the third cabin by moving this bulkhead and reducing the dimensions of the kitchen.
Tutto il legno che vedete a bordo è
All
massetto.
the wood you see on board is solid wood. At other shipyards, the same quality would be used to build 2 boats.
Abbiamo visto quanto sono grandi le cabine per un 54
We
piedi.
saw how large the cabins were for a 54-footer. This might suggest that they have sacrificed technical compartments. They didn't. Look at this engine room and how big it is. You can install anything you want here.
Menorquin 54 è larga più di 5 metri, ma il fronte d'impatto...
Menorquin 54 has a beam of more than 5 meters, but the impact front against the wave is small, as it has a very fine bow. The new hull has been designed by Inigo Toledo, a quite renowned designer who has worked on many projects, even the America's Cup. Its design studio is Barracuda Yacht Design.
Questo esemplare è equipaggiato con 2 motori Volvo Penta D6 da 440
This
cavalli.
boat is equipped with 2 D6 440 horsepower engines by Volvo Penta, but the standard version is equipped with 2 D6 Volvo Penta engines rated at 480 horsepower. So the performance we will have with the new, more powerful motorization will be much higher than that of today.
La ruota di timone è molto demoltiplicata, come...
The rudder wheel is very demultiplied. It is like we are on a ship, but with just a little more speed in the hands, the action is very efficient.
È efficace. Ecco una velocità di trasferimento notturna. Sì.
Here's a night transfer speed. At 8 knots, you can easily navigate in the dark. Consumption is less than 2 litres per mile. To be precise, it's 1.7 litres per mile.
1,7 litri per ogni miglio. Siamo a 2000 giri, 9 nodi e mezzo. Il consumo però è
At
cresciuto.
2000 RPM, the speed is 9.5 knots, and the consumption has increased to 2.3 litres per mile. Do you understand the importance of choosing the right transfer speed to increase the range, thus making longer trips on the same fuel? And this is a boat especially designed for long cruising. Notice that there are 2 manoeuvring propellers, one at the bow and one at the stern. There is also the shaft line, and these 2 propellers allow for easy and simple manoeuvres for this type of hull and propulsion.
Per questo tipo di scafo e propulsione. Giornata meravigliosa sulla
It's a
costa
wonderful
di
day
Levante.
here on the Ligurian coast. The sea is quite calm and there's no wind. The bow is imposing. It almost dominates the sea.
Dominare il mare. Quando si incontrano le onde, in questo caso la scia
When you
di
cross the waves, in this case the wake of another boat, you have the feeling of being on board something else, on a yacht that is very gentle and relaxing, even when the sea is not calm.
rilassante, anche quando il mare non è calmo. Vorrei farvi notare la silenziosità di questa imbarcazione.
I would like you to notice how silent this boat is. This is thanks to 2 elements. A well-insulated engine room that is separated by the living areas, by tanks and 2 bulkheads that precede and follow the tanks. But that's not all. There is also the way it was built and assembled. how they fix the upholstery, the furniture, and the whole furnishing. This does not make the creaks and noises that we often find on board instead.
Lì, i rumori che spesso invece troviamo a bordo. Adesso stiamo navigando in planata.
We are now planing at 2,700 RPM at a speed of 14 knots.
È chiaro, più aumenta la velocità, più i timoni
It is obvious that the higher the speed, the better the rudder responds, so veering is faster. Let's see in how many meters of evolution this takes place. The radius of a complete evolution is about 100 meters.
Centinaio di metri. E adesso
And now let's push the throttle to the top.
velocità massima
Maximum speed is 22 knots by completely removing the effect of the flaps.
Ora dobbiamo pensare a qual è lo scopo di una barca di questo tipo. Ci hanno pensato
We need to think
anche
about the purpose of such a boat. The people who have designed and built it have certainly thought about it, because they chose to make it in the ACE category, which is the highest. They wanted to make sure that this ship could face any condition. Well, it's better not to run into a difficult condition, but if it happens, you can overcome it.
in una condizione difficile, ma se capitasse potete superarla. E poi
Then, after all, these are boats made to sail anytime, anywhere, without any limit.